Um, so, hello, are you fine? I think so. I'm happy to be here. Usually I just say I'm glad to be here, but I would like to highlight this word. I'm happy, very happy to be here, referring to the last lecture here, Professor Jorge. For me, it's a pleasure, and I confess to you, I'm a little bit more nervous than yesterday. So I talked yesterday, but a little bit more nervous today, because when the University of Katowice asked to me to deliver inspiring speech, I just think by myself, oh, what can I do for the youngers? Okay, and it seems to me a really big responsibility. I believe that's the reason, because I'm a little bit more nervous. But I'm happy, very happy and thankful to be here. Okay, it for me is a pleasure. And I just thought about what subject I supposed to deliver to the high school students. How can I tell to him, or what can I tell, could I tell to him or to her about my life, or about some experiences. And I'm from information technology area, and I just think, okay, probably they are not so interested to listen history of my life. How can I get some position or something like that? But maybe I can deliver something related to the future and what you can do, and what you can, the way you can live to reach, for instance, the happiness. Okay? And I will talk a little bit about job. Before that, I would like to introduce myself a little bit more deeply. I'm a computer scientist, as I told you, and my master and PhD was in computer science. I worked for 10 years in a computer science university, teaching about computer science methodologies, etc. In 2018, I changed my life completely, because I changed the job, my position. I changed my university to in USP, University of São Paulo. I teach to business administration course, and I consider this is very interesting, because I know how to develop system, and now I know also how to use the systems, the information technology. At the first time, I just know about how to develop methodologies and etc. And now I got that situation, the changing situation, to learn a little bit more. And every day, I think we can learn a little bit more. I learned a lot here from the 3 first presentations. And I hope to learn for the 2 last ones. So, since I was starting my professional career, when I was intern, that's supposed to be 1994, more or less. Please don't calculate my age. I just had one challenge to teach about So in that age, 1992, the information technology was not you have today. I've worked with mainframes. Have you heard about mainframes? I don't think so, yes. And it was happening, changing for the mainframes to personal computers. We call that downsize. And in my company, where I was intern, just me had some knowledge about personal computers. And I was it was my responsibility in that time. My boss said to me, "You need to teach to the others about personal computers." I said, "Oh, should I teach to experienced leaders about mainframes, something about personal computers?" He said, "Yes." So, okay, let's try it. And that time, I discovered to be a professor. And after left my intern time, I just started to teach, and since then, I'm a teacher, after that, a professor in a high institution, and etc. until today. And to talk, to learn, to teach, and to learn, for me, is an issue of happiness, I think. Okay, it's my second time here in Katowice. I was here in 2018 as an invited lecturer in International Week, and I was also remotely in 2021, and now here on site again. And I learned a lot, and I would like to share to you that the same happiness I have here, to be here, I think you can be happy in another part of the country and making or working in a job as you want. So, let's start or try to start my sparring speech, because until now I just present myself. Okay. That's phrase, look for the best in the bad situations. Okay. What was the bad situations we lived last 2 years ago, more or less? What was? Pandemics. Okay, the pandemics. I told you, I learn every day a little bit, and I think the pandemics teach to us a little bit. About what? Okay, I'm from information technology. And what the pandemics touch us about information technology? That it's possible to have a homework. That's possible to deliver classes on remote mode. That it's possible to do a lot of things using the computers. And what do you think about to have a job, for instance, in a Polish company, to live in Brazil, and to work from Brazil to a Polish company here, earning in zlotys and living there? What do you think about? It sounds good?
Depends on the income, I would say.
Or working for American company or British company, okay? Let's suppose to work to American company to earn money in dollar and to live in a Caribbean country and work from there to the company, to American company. I think it seems like sounds good, okay? And that's supposed to be my topic here, to talk a little bit about digital nomadism. And my inspiration to talk to you about that was a colleague of mine. In the beginning of the pandemics, she was working on site for a university in São Paulo city. I'm not from São Paulo city, I'm from São Paulo state in Brazil, but she was in São Paulo city. And she just left everything and moved to the beach and deliver the classes from the beach during the whole pandemics. So, I think it sounds really good, okay? And my inspiration to talk to you about the digital nomadism, is that history. And I started to study a little bit more, to learn a little bit more digital nomadism. And the definition is that people who travel freely while working remotely using information technology and the internet. So you have some requirements to do that. I will talk a little bit about that. And generally, you have minimal material possessions. For instance, if you ask to me, oh, would you like to be a digital nomad? I will answer to you, yes, but I can't. Why not? Because I have family, I have some possessions. It's difficult to me to change. But for you, you are beginning your life, and for a short or a period of your life, you can do it. You can pursue some perspective and analyze situations and decide in after. Okay. What you thinking about work here? Great? Yeah, the beach is a Brazilian beach. Okay? What about here? Is also a Brazilian scenario. Is in a state called Mato Grosso. Or here, enjoying the carnival. We don't have carnival during the whole year, but in a period, and you can enjoy it this time. Oh, you can say, no, I'm not interested in beaches or in carnival. I want to live in Brazil, but in a scenario, in a European scenario. Yeah, you can do it. This is a city in a south state in Brazil called Gramado. It's in Rio Grande do Sul state. You have there a strong immigration from Europeans, German, Italians, and maybe Polish. Okay. And you can also say, no, I'm hard work. I like to live in a big city, and I can live in São Paulo. So, as a digital nomad, you can do it and work for a company from New Zealand, from Portugal, from Poland, okay, from Paraguay. Or you can live in Paraguay and work for an European company. This is possible today, mainly due to the pandemics. Because we learn about to use information technology as a support or a tool for our work. So, I'm here to talk a little bit more Brazil. Good things about Brazil, because I know some people said some not so bad news from Brazil. And here I'd like to introduce a little bit information. We are a tropical country, the most of the parts here. Our average temperature, but it's incredible. Yesterday, you had snow in a city in Brazil. Yeah, I'm not believing that, but yes, the city is more or less here. Okay, we had 6 biomes. You have cultural diversity, and you have a very, very friendly people. And what supposed should I need to be a digital nomad? First, a job. Any job? I don't think so. Why? Because the job you need to be, or to have freedom and flexibility. That job that you have to work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. is not interesting job for nomadism. Just thinking about, so I'm working to a Polish company and living in Brazil, and I need to start to work at 9 a.m., but we are in Brazil at, let's calculate, 4 a.m. Oh, it's not sound good. So we need to work not for hours, but for tasks. To complete tasks when you can complete, okay? So what else I need? Infrastructure. So there we have very sleeping conditions in the most of the cities, medical care, access, etc., etc. Internet accessibility, that's a very, very important point. You are working with information technology, delivering remotely, and you need a very good internet accessibility. Okay, talk a little bit about Brazil. We are implementing 5G, and you have very good internet connections, mainly in the major cities. Okay, cost of living, co-working space, and to check cultural offers and things to do. I just would like to highlight to you that you can, as a nomad, to spend, for instance, 3 months in Brazil, 3 months in Paraguay, other 3 months in Canada, working to the same company. And for me, it sounds interesting if I was 24, okay? Continuing to talk to you a little bit about that, maybe I start to convincing you, and you are to, oh, that sounds interesting. And what should I do? Planning. That's the first part. Raise funds. You need to begin. When you start a company, you need some funds to start a company. And you start this way of life, you need funds to start the way of life. Okay? Probably you need to work a little bit here in Poland or in another country to raise your funds and start to be a nomad. Maybe. But this is referring to planning. Okay? Balance. When you are a nomad, a digital nomad, you are not a tourist. So you need to balance your job and the tourism. That seems to be a little bit difficult, okay? And discipline to complete the tasks and the responsibility. What about the professions? What can I do? I can be a freelancer. Here you have some professions related to freelancers. You can be a remote worker. Some positions related to a remote worker, or you can be an entrepreneur. Here you also have some things that you can do. Okay? In fact, there's classifications I'm showing you as in the general. Okay? Some facts related to the digital norms. They are increasing around in the world wide. Today, they are 35 million of digital nomads. What about this, the age? 32 years old. The salary? $120,000 by year. But it depends on the job, the position. The demography is balanced between males and females, and the big challenge is the Wi-Fi and to find a good place for working. Asked in a research, they asked to the digital nomads what they prefer about workstations, and here have some numbers related to that, and the best traveling places or the preferred places who the nomads, digital nomads prefer. Here have America, the first place, Portugal, Germany, and Brazil. Okay? So help me to increase the Brazilian position. And finally, what about some advices or wonders? First, language and cultural barriers. If you are coming to Brazil, try to learn the survival language, just to ask something, because the other things I believe you learn there in immersion. But start to learn something, because you live there for a period, 3 months, 6 months, whatever, and you need to learn something. Okay? Visa. It's a very interesting topic, because some digital nomads just think, okay, I can move on to a country to another, so it's not so like that. You have borders control, and they need to pay taxes. And looking to this increasing nomad way of life, some countries are offering a special visa for digital nomads. You just can say, I'm digital nomads, and I work there for a foreign company, and I would like a visa. Some countries, there is some regulation about that. Okay, just pay attention, and the taxes and the regulations, and be happy as a digital nomad. Here I give you some links where you can take a little bit more information about that. And, if you, Professor Jorge, that's an information technology facility. And that's all for a while. Here I have some information about me by email, but you can find me in the social networks, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, not TikTok, but you can find me there. And I will be happy to give you information, to be your friend, or to have a connection. So guys, I'm free for your questions. Dziękuję. No questions? Who, after my presentations, just are thinking, okay, it seems to be interesting to be a digital nomad. Who? Oh. Professor. Yeah, great, great. I believe I inspire you.
Oh yes, you did inspire us. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Professor.
Bye-bye.